Yes, I assure you that there are no gnomes that help me make my videos. I am a one-man band. No, there are no gnomes that bring me ammo and launchers out of the thin air. That would be a bit crazy, quite frankly. Yes, no gnomes. Okay, you have yourself a good evening now. All right, bye-bye. Jesus, people are crazy sometimes. Guys, okay, I need some real bullets that fit the Mercury Rise TR50. All right, give me different options. Make them nice and long.
Good day, folks, and welcome to Airgun Alley's 100th video and second birthday. It all started on December 3rd, 2021, and here we are exactly 2 years later, still discussing new cool products from the airgun world. And after a series of videos where we saw some of the most powerful PCP pistols ever made, today we're back at talking about less lethal. From the labs of Northern Italy, ladies and gentlemen, I give you CODODO's latest invention for one of the newest launchers released this year. A variety of real bullet heads saboted to perfection in a plastic casing tailored for the new Mercury Rise Torpedo Revolver, or TR50, which, as you know, has this long extended cylinder, especially when compared to Umarex's HDR50. CODODO sent us these 3 different types of 50 caliber ammunition made for the TR50. The classic CODODO signature 9mm bullets that weigh around 8.3 grams, but be aware though that these are made only for the Mercury Rise and will not fit the HDR50. And then we have the smaller 4.1 gram pointy 223 Nato AR-15 bullet heads, and these mean looking, much larger and double the weight 8.4 grams 762 millimeters AK-47 bullets. All right, let's try loading each one of them into our Mercury Rise cylinder to see how they fit. We'll start with our 9mm. And look at that, perfect fit. They're not going anywhere, nice, airtight. Into the magazine, again, these are the 9mm. Moving to our 762 AK-47 bullets. Wow. These, quite frankly, are even tighter than the 9mm. And finally to the smaller 223s. Also, these guys fit perfectly. Obviously, they're a little shorter inside the magazine, but again, perfectly airtight. I have to say, these guys here were the most tight fitting, but again, they all are. As always, I'm going to be changing CO2 cartridge before every single test. Today we'll be using these Umarex 12 gram CO2 cartridges. As you know, you load them butt first, neck out. The cool thing about the Mercury Rise is that you do not need any Allen key to close it, you just kind of tighten it with your hands and ready to shoot. Our first targets for today are going to be these butternut squash. As you know, they are of the pumpkin family, which have a very hard skin, yet penetratable. Wow, I've forgotten how hard it is to be accurate with these CO2 short-barreled guns. Anyway, I was actually aiming for down here, but all the shots came up here and I did miss a few, so I had to reshoot some anyway. Well, good cracking of this, again, very hard-skinned fruit. I mean, there we go. So look at that, we have the sabot stuck here and the bullet on this side kept going in. And I think I see it stuck in here. So that's a good 3 inches. All right, so look at that. So the sabot stopped right here, while the bullet traveled all the way in here. That is quite impressive. Here we have the simple bullet. And let's cut here and kind of see what exactly happened with these 9mm. Look at that, we have another one here which entered from right here. So again, a few inches into this hard fruit. Again, 9mm bullets by CODODO, very impressive. Let's move on. All right, we definitely need to go into this one. Disclaimer, I did shoot more than 6 shots. I just want to make sure that I hit this squash enough, as I kept missing. Look at all these. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 bullets that did not hit the target. But we have several ones that actually did. I didn't see any sabots stuck like we did with the 9mm, so I imagine that the bullet is well inside of the fruit, while the plastic sabot either disintegrated or bounced back. Anyway, let's see how deep we went into this butternut squash. Well, it looks like we finally found one. So it indeed went in pretty deep. All right, once again, a bit of a shit show in terms of accuracy. Let's see if any of the bullets did go in, especially from up here. These look like just some scavings, but let's indeed have a look. All right, so we finally have a bullet that entered here and made it just about to here. So what is that? That's like 1.5 inches, 2 inches in. This is just one of the bullets. Well, despite me fighting for about 20 minutes against this butternut squash, it would seem like only one of these pointy bullets actually penetrated, while the 9mm did an amazing job. It's very hard to comprehend why these guys had much less penetration than a more round projectile. But that's what happened. This is the science. So let's move on. All right, great performance by the 9mm, and look at that, complete penetration. Great stuff. All right, let's see what these lightweight, obviously they had a higher speed in feet per second. And look at that, full penetration as well on our 2.5 gallon plastic recycled water jug. Good stuff. Let's see if their bigger version will do the same. All right, those big, mean looking ones are the ones that least penetrated. They did make a little hole here on the other side. Other than that, here's another bump where some water does try to trickle out. A hole here, but not that complete penetration that the other ammo had. All right, folks, next up for science, we will be wasting a bit of food. This is very low quality can of green beans, 6 pounds of green beans. I'm going to remove the paper here so we have a better idea of the type of damage we're gonna do on this. So I plan to shoot 2 magazines in a row, one after the other, and I've loaded all 3 projectiles, so 4 of each in these 2 magazines. As you know, they each hold 6, so 12 in total, 4 of each. I'm going to start with the 9mm, then to the 7.62s, and finally to the 2.23s. right, I get the feeling that most of them did go in. One of them did come out. So complete penetration by one projectile on 12. We have some good bumps. So many of them did try to cross over, but only one actually made it into the 6-pound can of string beans. All right, folks, that is it for today. Just a short video to have a first look at these CODODO projectiles for the Torpedo Revolver TR50. I'll keep testing these. I'll keep making more videos. Again, this was just a first look at them. As you know, it is very hard now for these makers, ammo makers, to sell on eBay or any major kind of online selling platform. So they are more and more moving to websites, to selling their products on their websites. So that is where most of the time you will find products like CODODOs and other makers like them. Guys, I'm hoping that the next video will be of the Dragon Claw 2. I am so excited. I have that on the way. I just don't know yet exactly when it's going to arrive. And I also have a very, very busy week ahead. So I think I'm going to have to skip next weekend, and I will come hopefully with the Dragon Claw 2 video in 2 weeks from now. So thank you for your patience. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for clicking that like button if you did indeed like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and I'll see you guys at the next one.